with Zimbabwe in particular, Zimbabwe is no different to Burkina Faso. How Zimbabwe got to be where it is, it was people who were saying that Robert Mugabe must get rid of the British, because Robert Mugabe was also a strong man. He decided to get rid of the British, and Zimbabwe is where it is today because of the decisions that were taken by Robert Mugabe. Now, if we are proud of Traore, and we are saying that Traore must continue with what he has started. What happens when he fails? What happens if he's assassinated? What happens to the people of Burkina Faso?
Yeah.
Are we prepared to accommodate them here?
We won't.
Because a revolution is no child's play. You can just go on your phone and, of course, become a revolutionary.
Of course, like Upenzo on social media, Baba, I'm an activist.
But the reality is that decisions that leaders take have consequences. As Zimbabwe today, 40 years ago was thriving. There was no need for Zimbabweans to come to South Africa. In fact, Zimbabwe at some point was called the basket, the bread basket case of South Africa, of Africa.
You're right.
Yes, and the very decisions or the similar policies that Mugabe took, they led to Zimbabwe where Zimbabwe is today. And I'm not saying they were right or they were wrong, but I'm saying what we are praising today is exactly what Mugabe did. And where is Zimbabwe today?
Another topic which came here is about Zimbabwe. Okay, I am born Zimbabwean. I have Zimbabwean blood flowing in my veins. Okay, look, the narrative that they are trying to paint here is, oh, you made a mistake. Okay, Robert Mugabe, the decisions that were made. The main decision that she is pointing to that was the biggest and the worst of all the decisions is to chase away the British colonialists out and then take over the country or take over the lands. Same narrative that we have had over and over again. Okay, Zimbabweans have chased white people and they are following them to South Africa to look for jobs. Okay, so what this implies or what this means is we should be cool, we should be fine, we should keep the white people. They can generate wealth for themselves and then we can at least get the benefit of having jobs. That is a very, very poor kind of thinking, and that mindset is rubbish, and we will never develop as Africans if we ever think that way. But second of all, the honest truth is not necessarily just the fact that you chased away the decision to chase away the British. Of course, the British must be chased away. They don't belong to Zimbabwe. They belong to Britain. I mean, you have already said they are British. What we are supposed to be talking about is the failures of the government that took over. It's not necessarily the decision to chase away the British. That was a very, very correct decision. That decision we stand by. But the problem is the people who took over that. They obviously did not know how to run the country, did not know how to maintain those farms, did not know how to redistribute those farms. They distributed amongst themselves for their own personal gains. And all the corruption that comes with it, everything, the ruins that they have caused. It's not necessarily that one decision of chasing away the British. No, that has a little bit of a significance. If you then fail to govern your country or to develop your own country, then it cannot be an excuse either, because you cannot depend on other people developing your own land so that you can benefit from it. That is out of the question. The mistake that was made is not to chase the British. The mistake that was made is poor governance, is how corruption was allowed to go on, is the mismanagement of the economy. That is the problem.